Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the very first live podcast of 2025. First off, we apologize. We had some audio, video, all sorts of technical issues. But as always, we are joined by the Chancellor of Chaos, Mr. Robert Samborski, the man who thinks a tomato is a vegetable, Mr. Shane Smith, as well as the lovely, the very first time on the podcast, super excited, the lady who taught Gordon Ramsay how to bake. She is, some people know her as Masha, other people know her as Maria. I know her as a great human, great individual, and a great friend. Welcome, everybody. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, guys.
So it's so nice to see everybody. Maria, welcome. We're so excited. You have probably been one of the highest, most requested guests over the last 6 months. I'm not lying. I'm sure Robert will validate that as well.
That's true. I'm a little jealous, but okay.
Don't be.
So, Maria, we'll start off here. How did you and Robert meet?
The first time I came to Apollon, it was in 2014. I came to Apollon to train with Irina, the woman that was working at the time there. She was my trainer, and there I met Robert and Carolina and Marina.
And obviously, fast forward a few years later, you started working with Robert.
Yeah. The funny thing is that I was training probably for a year and a half, and I moved to a different town and thought that it's too much of a drive to Apollon, so I kind of quit training. So afterwards, I think 8 years later, I decided to join the gym again. So I came back, and then I started working there.
Okay. And Maria, people want to know, where exactly are you from?
I'm from Russia,
Okay.
from not so small town, but it's not big as Moscow, Pyatigorsk. It's Caucasus region,
Okay.
not far from Black Sea.
Okay.
And I came to America in 2003.
Okay.
I
And
had a job offer to work at Seaside, and I stayed.
So were you always in New Jersey when you first relocated?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I will leave you alone for a minute here because there's more questions coming. For Robert, how has Robert changed? I guess let me rephrase. So it's a challenge. How has it been a challenge keeping things growing for 10 years, Robert? I mean, you've been doing this 10 years. How do you keep yourself kind of going and pushing through?
A lot of drugs and alcohol.
Now.
No, I don't know. I think that it's not that difficult. I mean, obviously there are a lot of challenges. I mean, I think any industry is very, very challenging, and you have a lot of obstacles. And when you deal with a lot of people, manufacturing, etc., that's not very easy. But to be honest with you, I never found anything that I love. I never found it challenging, to be honest. Yeah, I'll bitch and complain about the fact that I'm tired and exhausted, and I'll whine a little bit and stuff like that. I mean, for example, today I did a very first session of real drills when it comes to kickboxing. Actually, Maria saw it because she took a class before me, and my leg is completely fucked right now. Like, I'm bruised. I got kicked in the leg so many times, and in a fun, I enjoy it because I just the adrenaline and the challenge, they stimulate me. So I think, like, every time you raise the bar just a little bit, you want to raise it a little bit more. So I never wanted to be in the supplement industry. And, it's 10 years since we've been doing this. But if you asked me 11 years ago, that was not a thing that I wanted to do. I was a gym owner who passionate about movies and food and other things, but supplements, it was just part of Apollon Gym and part of the fact that I worked with athletes at one point. And, supplements obviously came into play, and I've used supplements myself. But in terms of the industry, that was never my dream. And, I'm almost 50. So probably as of the age of 40 that I've been doing it. And I just found out that I actually enjoy it and I love it. There are times where I want to kill everybody and I want to actually, get the fuck out of the industry. But I guess that's normal too. But it's not much of a challenge overall since I just enjoy doing what I'm doing. And that's it. I mean, I can see Shane, we've been friends for a couple of years and he's genuinely passionate about it. While I see guys doing maybe not the same things that he does, but similar things, in terms of content and content creation. And I can tell they're driven by money, which is great. I mean, you should be driven by money because, you have to pay your bills. That's fine. But like, maybe that's the reason why we clicked, because this guy he's not motivated by money. And I can tell you that right away. Yep. He really genuinely cares about the industry and he loves it. And I think that's the key to his success. So I think that's the key to Apollon's success. We're just passionate about what we do and we like it. And so, yeah, not much of a challenge.
But why do you do this? You've shared with me in confidence, and hopefully you don't mind me sharing, that all the money you make goes back into the business. You take very little out of it. So why do you keep doing this? I
just answered, money doesn't motivate me. Okay. I have a good living. We've made a good living for ourselves, Marina and I. We own a successful pharmacy business. Our gym is, one of the most legendary gyms in the world. Is it a huge money maker? I would be lying if I said yes. I mean, Shane's been there. It's a small gym. It generates revenue. And it's also kind of like more of a passion than anything else. We have a beautiful house. We own property in Florida. We've done well for ourselves overall. And I think that Apollon Nutrition, based on an investment of $20,000, like I said numerous times 10 years ago, to be where it is today, I don't think that even without taking much or anything out of the company, we grew a company into, again, rather successful company. I think, considering, how many employees we have and, the size of the company is not that big. But when you multiply it by many, many times the worth of the company and the value of the company, I think we are successful. So I don't think it's measured by the fact of how much money we're taking out. Because let's be honest, and we could name names of people that have been running supplements companies for, couple of years, a couple of months, and they would be living the high life. And we've seen those guys posting pictures with Ferraris and Lamborghinis and whatnot. Well, where are they now today? Nowhere. Yep. And I'm still standing. I'm still fighting. I'm still nominated for Brand of the Year 4 years in a row. I won it twice. And I think that that's an accomplishment. Apollon was strong 4 years ago. Apollon is strong today. And I hope Shane doesn't mind me saying it, but in our private conversation a few days ago, he told me he feels like 2025 is going to be even stronger. And I feel exactly the same way. I don't feel like it's a challenge. I have great people around me. I have a great company. I'm looking forward to it.
Love it. And Shane, welcome, Mr. Boss Bitch, as I look at your name on the screen here.
So that must have been from last time we just used this platform, and I could have changed it, but I kind of like it. I think it's nice. I like
Shane,
it.
So somebody actually asked, did you win the Christmas contest this year for your neighborhood?
So a lot more people joined in, and we don't really have a competition. People were just like, hey, they'd come across and say, hey, this is the best house on the street. And I was like, fuck yeah, this is the best house on the street. Some people would say, oh my God, this is my favorite house in the city. I'm like, oh yeah. It was just the best. Kids coming around, jumping in the snow. And it was funny because I made my light tree taller and I was a little concerned. And then on the 28th, it fell over. It snapped. And I was just like, that's kind of okay though, because it made it to Christmas. That's all that matters. We got plans. We just got plans to do more each year, so it was fun. And it's always nice to like see other people having fun from something that you made. Kind of like Hooligan or Assassin, you know?
So now will you go and visit the stores like the day after or 2 days after, get like 50% off all the stuff and kind of stock up?
I go shopping on Boxing Day just because, like, cause I don't know why I do it. I go shopping on Christmas Eve as well. It's not a good idea, and it's really, really rushed. But when I was a kid, we would always get like money for Christmas. Like if some people would give us money, some people give us presents, and so Boxing Day was like, we got cash, let's blow it. We'll find something. So I think it's just a habit that I go shopping on Boxing Day. I didn't buy anything, but I enjoyed just going and the experience and see everyone else like wasting their money and not being able to park anywhere. It was fun.
So wait, for the naive people here in America, when is Boxing Day? Is that February?
Wait, you don't call that Boxing Day?
No,
I never even heard that.
What?
Okay, so I don't feel that bad then.
You know what? For a split second, I thought that you started boxing.
Yeah, boxing, BOX. It's a boxing like the fighting, but oh man, I never knew. This isn't. I can't say this is an American thing because only one person on here who is. But it's like, is it?
Educate us.
I'm pretty sure it's not a.
Funny how three of us are sitting pretending like we know what he's talking about, and everybody is clueless, and we look so smart, yet we're so dumb.
Boxing Day is the day after Christmas.
Boxing Day is probably when you pack everything, right? Pack everything.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure the origins of the name, but I would think a lot of Europe and the UK call it that. I mean, I would have thought it was very common, but I mean, maybe it is just a non-American term. Although in saying that, something that Americans don't recognize. That is a lot of things.
Clearly not American and not Russian.
Centimeters, millimeters. But then Christmas isn't that big in Russia either, though, is it? Like I was told that it's not a huge celebration.
So Russian Christmas is Orthodox Christmas, so it's on January 7th.
Yeah.
You know, but Russian
is similar like traditions though, like
it's. I think it's slightly different. I think it's slightly different. But Russians, like, there is like the gifts exchanging, you know, and presents exchanging. That happens actually on December 31st to January 1st at night. So it's not at all.
My friend's partner is she's Russian, and he does that, and they go over on New Year's. It works out quite well. He goes to his family Christmas, they do New Year's, and then he says that they have to. I think I've told you this, and he's like serious, like he's a trainer, he's a legit dude and everything. But you have to recite a poem or sing a song in front of like the relatives.
Some people do that. I haven't done it. And,
he tells it to me. I'm just like, wait, so you like either way. Look, it just sounds obscure hearing like him, like a friend of mine say this, that he has to get up and recite in front of people who second language is English. He's like, yeah, I rehearsed a song. I was like, isn't that weird? Like, just and like, do they cheer you on? He's like, no, they just kind of sit there and then you just do it, and then the next person goes up.
That's awesome.
So do you box people in the stores to get the sales? Like, or how does that work?
The Boxing Day is basically just the day after. I think, as far as I know, it is like a boxing thing, like throw out the boxes type stuff, and then everyone has like a sale, like kind of like you have Black Friday. Like Boxing Day was always the biggest sales day of the year. At least I'm pretty sure it's a UK thing as well. I'm just going to check because I am curious myself now. I swear.
No, hold on a second. Is that January 1st or December 26th?
December 26th.
So that's Black Friday.
No, Black Friday.
No, Black Friday is Thanksgiving.
The day after Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, yeah, no. So yeah, that's weird.
And you were poking fun at me, saying I'm old and I forget shit. Look at you now.
Yeah, I mean that's
it's a Commonwealth thing. So pretty much everyone but America. Canada is Commonwealth. It's originated in the UK. A lot of Europe, Hungary, Netherlands, coincidentally, Russia.
I'm surprised that I don't know about it because UK and South Africa are like so connected, but I've never heard of it in South Africa either.
Yeah, so basically, like all the shops reopen for the day after Christmas, and then they'll do like Black Friday level sales. Like you'll get places that are usually car parks like 10% full,
So
and
basically, it's like a Black Friday version, just the day after
pretty
Christmas.
much, yeah. So like when people was like when Black Friday came about, we were like, oh, it's Boxing Day in November. That's what we thought.
But hold on a
It's kind
second.
of-
Do you have a Black Friday too?
Now they do it because of what Americans have done. Like because America did Black Friday for so long, eventually people, but then a lot of countries do their Black Fridays early. So like people
But you
who
don't
buy,
celebrate Thanksgiving.
no,
So, but does the Black Friday happen on the same Black Friday as Americans?
no, sometimes it does, and sometimes they do a day early. I mean, I guess it's no different from how companies run sales when Amazon Prime Day is on, but they run it through their site. Got nothing to do with Amazon, but like they just do it because everyone wants to spend money.
Okay.
Interesting.
So
I
Black
never
Friday
actually thought.
essentially is just a random Friday.
Usually they do it a week before your Black Friday, so that would people spend their money like in the country that has the sale versus waiting for the doorbusters that America does. So they get to take your money before you get the chance to spend it on American, like because obviously you can internationally ship stuff now.
Okay, that's
Either
fine.
way, I think we're getting across the point. Boxing Day is a big deal, and it's just American that for whatever reason doesn't want to celebrate. That's fine. And Russia, sorry.
So, Robert, do you want to start Kickboxing Day like the third Sunday of March, or do you want to start our own holiday here?
With the sport of
That
boxing,
would
it's
be
just
okay. I
the
mean,
name.
I actually like the name Boxing Day. That's pretty cool.
I don't even know why it's called Boxing Day now, man.
I swear to God, when he said it, I was like, Boxing Day? Is that like a big heavyweight fight coming up? I was like, what is he talking about?
Yeah, see, I guess halfway it might have sounded weird. Why is it called Boxing Day? Here we go. Because employers would give boxes of money and gifts to their employees who worked on Christmas.
What happened with the envelopes? Like, what boxes? Like, they
Yeah.
give
See, this was. I had this discussion because for Chinese New Year they give like red packets, and tradition was that you'd give like gold coin, gold piece, right?
Okay.
And so I was like, and then I said to my wife the other day, I was like, why are we giving them notes? It would be in our best interest to give them a dollar coin. Like, why am I giving these guys $5, $10? I want to stick to the tradition, save myself some money, and give them a dollar. Because you have to give it to everybody in your family tree, basically. So I have to give it to all my nieces, nephews, cousins, pretty much everyone your age and below. And so, like, yeah, $10, $20 to every person like that. I was like, can we just go back to the coin thing? It's both traditionally correct, and it saves me a lot of money.
So this goes
Either.
back like to it's a long tradition, like a long-standing tradition for years.
Centuries. I remember asking my mother-in-law, and I was like, "Why do we give money? Like, it seems if this goes back so far, why would Chinese people be giving money to little kids? It doesn't seem." And so I usually do these tangents. Went back. So they used to give you gold coins. You'd hang it above your door as like I guess like safekeeping protection, like prosperity type thing. But you'd hang the coin on above the door. That was the premise of the coin. Obviously, as money's evolved, we're now giving notes. And I was like, no, we can give coins. I think it's fine. We give coins.
Wow.
Just a little bit of self-tape around them. Anyway, but nothing to do with supplements.
I learned something new.
It's okay. We exactly learned something new and a little bit something different. Maria, question for you.
Celebrate Boxing Day.
You've worked for Apollon now, Maria, for roughly 2 years, maybe?
A little bit more.
How has Robic changed over the last 2 years besides getting older? We're friends now. I know he's your boss, but you can go ahead and bury him. That's okay.
You paused way too long.
That's not a good sign.
Has he gotten
Well,
nicer?
you can tell the truth how it is working with me because I know I'm a pain in the ass, so it's fine.
No, it's like a roller coaster.
Is it more highs or more lows, though?
Today or tomorrow. No, he's a great person. He's a great employer, and he's a great friend. I'm grateful to work with him, with Carolina and Marina together, because they have a lot of experience and I can learn from them. So I'm very grateful to be working at Apollon and with Robic too, because he really taught me a lot, from manufacturing, from tasting flavors, a lot of stuff.
Okay. Talk to us about that. Where did you get your love for baking?
It's not just baking, it's really cooking.
Okay.
The first time I made something, it was when I was around 5 or 6 years old. Um, and it was borscht. Very complicated soup, but it was delicious. My grandmother was a great cook.
Okay.
Her mother was a great cook too, and my grandmother was making a lot of delicious dishes, and I learned from her. But the passion for cooking came when I gave birth to my son. So I was a stay-at-home mom, and I had to cook. That's how the passion for cooking came
Okay.
through, I would say.
Now, did your grandmother cook and bake? Because I know you bake a lot as well.
Yeah, she cooked and baked. Her one of her main dishes, or how it's called,
Pastries.
pastries, was Napoleon cake. It's a very traditional Russian cake, and she made it. She had a recipe that we shared together. She was teaching me how to make it, so I
Okay.
tried to implement that in traditions of my family, and I usually bake it during winter time,
Okay.
especially on the New Year's Eve.
Okay.
I
Someone else
think
had.
that
Go ahead.
I think that that's probably a perfect cue to announce the major news for next year because it kind of has something to do with Maria's passion for baking.
Yeah, one of my favorite cakes that I've been making for the past maybe 8 years. It's French apple tart. It's really easy to make, and I was making it for different holidays. Once I made it for some gathering with Robic, Marina, and Carolina. They
Okay.
taste together, and Robic said that it will be a great flavor for protein. So I separately baked apple tart and brought it to our manufacturer. So he um, did a great job on the flavoring, and it's similar, the same taste as my French apple tart.
Love it.
So yeah, so on our anniversary on January, we will be having protein with the apple, with the French apple tart flavor.
Wow. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Maria's very first collaboration, and I'm actually very happy about it because it's something very unique. It's everybody who tries it just they get hooked on that tart is just something special, and considering that they actually match the flavor pretty accurately, I would say that was very impressive because there's a little secret that goes into it that Maria told us, and obviously she had to share it with the manufacturer. There's a little trick that she's using, and the fact that they actually implemented that into the flavor is very cool. And I think that her passion for baking, and considering that people really, I think, like her for the fact that she is very straightforward, and what you see is what you get personality. I think that's what draws people to her. But there is actually more to it, and if you don't mind, I'll share it. So it's not just the drop of the collaboration with Maria. It actually looks very, very cool. I can actually share the label with you as well, because the label is absolutely amazing. And there's something else that Maria and I shared. It's a little bit of a personal thing, and that's passion for kids, for abused children, and trying to protect them and help them out, and something that we struggled in our own childhood. And as a result, the proceeds of the sales will go to Joyful Heart Foundation.
Awesome.
And something that we're very, very proud about.
Wow. I love it. I love it. That's, I mean, yeah, you did something similar years ago for another colleague. I know you did some proceeds to cancer and whatnot. So again, Rob, nothing ceases to amaze me with your generosity with this, just to be honest.
Actually, Sean, I will send it to you right now. If you can upload it, you can share it with people. If and I guess we'll break the news right here, and then of course we'll share it with Shane separately. I think that's going to be very, very cool. Let me see, Sean. I'll just send it to your, I guess, to your text message.
Just respond back to the Gmail I sent you.
Okay.
So Maria, with the manufacturing, how many different flavors did you test before they got it right? Was it a lot?
I think it was. We were trying to match the flavors. So usually the process of the trying it can be done in few times on the spot. Or if we can like sending back and forth notes or calling the manufacturer and trying to adjust some of the flavoring. I think it, Rob, if I'm not mistaken, it took like a few shots, right?
Yeah, it wasn't much. It was like maybe 3 or 4 times. That's it, and they nailed it. I think bringing the apple tart for them to try was the key.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. The funny thing is that I remember that we had to. I think we had to bring twice.
Because apparently somebody finished it on the first time we brought it. They didn't even share with anyone.
Yeah.
Was there something else though, Robic? And maybe I should share this or not. Was there another flavor? Was it Enigma or something else that you said that Maria had some help with? Because I thought you said that there was another flavor of something. Maybe it was a pre-workout or something that you said, oh, and I hope I'm not breaking your confidentiality here or your trust, but I thought you said there was another flavor that came out. There was something else besides the protein, though. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, there was one that Shane came up with that was very successful. We're actually using it in a few ones. The passion fruit, pineapple, strawberry. I mean, I think we're going to use it again in in the new over the top. So that one later this year. But no, Maria is involved in quite a few different flavors right now that we are working on. The only thing is that I always have to make sure to calm her down a little bit, because she goes out there in terms of like creativity, and I'm like, okay, people might not get this, so slow down. This is not a French cuisine.
Okay. All right, so here we go, guys. Hopefully everyone can see this, and hopefully you guys can see this great label here. So obviously that's where that cartoon picture that started coming around comes from, I assume.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. Maria, were you involved with the actual making of the label as well?
I just I think we chose from 2 different pictures that I provided. So it's one of them, and obviously the picture of the flavor.
Okay.
But the design, I'm very in love with.
It on the first try.
Yeah, it was from the first try. Yeah.
It's beautiful. I love it. I mean, and obviously this is because Gia came out with Jess. Jess had her own brand. I think was Jess a cartoon as well?
Jess was a cartoon, yeah, but that was already a made cartoon by somebody else, so they just applied it on a label. This one, the artist had to actually recreate for the label design from scratch from an actual photo that she has.
I love it. I love it. So we had a couple of people here. So one person saying that cartoon pic is amazing. Our friend Simon, from I believe Ireland, who's a big follower, and then obviously our good friend High Stim Ace. Can't wait for that apple tart. So Shane, for you, a couple of people are asking, when are you announcing brand of the year? I got to ask you.
We did it
yesterday.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, we lost you, Shane.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Pretty sure it was yesterday. I mean, I done a lot of shit, but pretty sure it was yesterday.
Wait, you announced the winner yesterday?
Yeah, he did.
You guys are so full of. These guys are so full of. No, you didn't.
What are you doing, dude?
What do you mean? What am I doing?
Oh, I apologize. I didn't tag you.
I'm not asking for a tag. I must have happened after you and I spoke yesterday, Robic. So wait a minute. So, all right. So I'm gonna put you on the spot then. Who won?
It would have been, I don't know what time specifically, maybe 3 o'clock? Maybe 3 around there, somewhere around there.
Maria, you're laughing. Yeah, I feel like you guys are playing a freaking joke on me here.
No. He did announce it yesterday. He actually announced more words today.
You sleep until what, 10?
Do I sleep at a 10? No.
Old people going to sleep early, sleeping. I don't know what you do. We all knew. We all heard.
All right. So who won then?
Ghost. They said it was Ghost.
I didn't hear you say Ghost. Okay.
Yeah, it was Ghost. It was. I mean, it was. I was just surprised they were able to do what they did. To be honest, I mean, I said that to them at the start of the year. I was like, it's almost impossible to do what they did at the size that they did it. I don't think you can name any.
Or like, what do you mean, the sale or?
The sale had nothing to do with it. I don't really give a shit if they sold for like $1 million or $1 billion. They didn't really have anything to do with it. It was like, for them to do what they did, they reformulated 5 supplements, they entered 4 new categories, they did a functional food that's in the cereal aisle, they came out with a second drink, they did the capacity they did, like you don't see someone who does 50, 100 million a year do that, like no one.
Okay.
I can't think of the last person. And so like that was more than they did in their first or second year. Like you don't, and he did, to be honest, they did say that they would do this, but everyone says that they'll do their best, and sometimes it doesn't turn out that great.
Yeah.
But
okay.
for them to do it, and like, I mean, they did an intro workout. Like, who the shit does an intro workout when, like, you have that few? Like, for them to put importance on these categories that he hit, I can't imagine that they excel, right? Like compared to his energy drink or a pre-workout, like. It wouldn't be that big, but they did it anyway. Which that's always like, again, just doing things similar to what a smaller brand would do.
Mm-hmm.
But we're talking about Ghost here, like a sleep aid, like a flavored sleep aid as well. I was just very impressed with how spread thin they were, and this was all in addition with negotiating that deal that they did.
Yeah.
Apparently, it was like. It was a year in the process. Like they were doing that the entire time. So it wasn't like from what I know, that took quite some time to put together, and they obviously couldn't tell anyone anything. But it was just a big year, I think. And yeah, as Robert said, we had our stack 45, just in case you weren't following, or we didn't tag you on that either. I think that was midday today. 45 of the biggest innovations of the year. That was a fun little thing we added this year just because
Hold on.
I wanted to acknowledge individual products. I'm pretty sure Apollon was twice on there. I remember it was Bloody Hooligan and
Desperado.
Yeah. And so pretty much it was just a list of innovations for the year, the 45 best. It didn't need to be a product. It could have been a flavor. It could have been a special edition. Could have been a promotion. Could have been, and that was announced this year. Protein Wars winner was announced on Tuesday as well. In case you didn't look at the site at all this week.
I know who won that, and that's a joke of a company. But anyway, we'll leave it at that.
Just checking.
So wait a minute, Maria and Robert, do you have the same dog? Don't you have a little tiny dog too?
No, hers is much smaller and younger.
Yeah.
Okay. Maria, someone had asked, when you're not working at Apollon, what do you do outside the gym? What do you do for fun?
What do you mean she's not working at Apollon? She's working at Apollon 24/7.
Well, when you let her out.
Finally, Sean. Are you saying that working at Apollon is not fun? Is that what you're insinuating?
Yeah.
It's fun when Robert's not around, but anyway.
For fun?
Yeah, for fun. What do you do for fun besides baking and working out?
I love watching movies. I do kickboxing. I love to spend time with my kids.
Okay.
With Olga too.
Okay. And it's funny you mentioned movies. Somebody had asked, what is Masha's favorite horror movies?
Terrifier.
All of them?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I love the first one and the third one. Mostly. The second one was okay.
Okay, I haven't seen the third one yet. Have you seen Terrifier? Well, it takes Shane 10 years or 20 years to see movies. He just saw Goodfellas.
I was born long after that movie came out. Okay? Have you seen Gone with the Wind? Have you seen Casablanca? I'm going to bring out movies that were just before you were born. Come on.
Just before? Holy cow, wow.
Hey, I'm just... Right. Hey, relatively, it is a similar distance because Goodfellas was that a 60s, 70s thing? Maybe 80s? I don't know.
93, dude. 93.
93, yeah.
Okay, maybe I was born. Well, okay. Either way, I did watch... what did I watch? I made Ava watch Jingle All the Way. Is Jingle All the Way the Arnold Schwarzenegger one?
Of course, classic.
I tried to tell her, I'm like, this is Arnold Schwarzenegger, and she's like, oh, okay, cool. And I was like, he's been in shit. I don't have anything that you would have seen him in. Like, I can't. And surprisingly, like, Kindergarten Cop had quite a bit of action in it, right? So we tried Jingle All the Way, and she was like, that's Arnold. She calls him Arnold Schwarg. She can't pronounce the last name. And I said, that's him. That's Arnold Schwarg. And so she said if she sees him, she's going to say it's Turbo Time, which I don't know if he's going to, like, realize what she's trying to say, but it's especially on, I was like, try, like, get to the chopper, I'll be back, stuff like that, maybe. But I'm not going to make her watch Predator or Terminator, so.
Have you seen Commando?
I mean, I've seen, look, I've seen his shit, okay? I grew up, like, I actually, when I was younger, I went back and watched his shit, okay? That's good stuff. Goodfellas. But Terrifier, the one, I've never even heard of this. I don't even know what that is.
To be honest with you, neither have I. When I saw there was like a huge thing about Terrifier 3 in movie theaters, I'm like, what the fuck is that? You know, I mean, it's like, and then I started reading about it a little bit, and apparently it's like a cult classic that everybody loves. Like, it's very kind of like underground, small budget movie. And I saw it was on Prime. I said, okay, I'll check it out. Yeah, I said I'll check it out, and I saw the first one. I was like, "Holy mother of God, what did I just watch?" And it's different. And I watched the first and the second one, and then I had to go to the movies and watch the third one. And yeah, it's quite an experience.
Was it your idea to do the Canva birthday shout out from the Terrifier?
Yeah, I'm very, very proud of that. You know, I mean, knowing that she's such a big fan of Terrifier, because we watched it, I mean, separately, but at the same time. And she literally fell in love with the character, not in the first and second. You really liked him in the third one, because in the third one, he kind of comes to life. And for somebody who doesn't say a word throughout 3 movies, he never says anything. And the first one and the second one, He just does a lot of killing, and it's very gruesome, very brutal. But in a third one, it's a fantastic performance. And when I say fantastic performance, it's like you would be like, that would the reaction that I would basically get, because how can you say an impressive performance for somebody who doesn't say a word and he's behind a mask all the time?
Yep.
So
like the serial killing horrific clown. You fell in love with that thing.
it's just, what, the way it's literally, like when you have somebody shy in a classroom, right? And then all of a sudden he gets confidence and he just comes to life, and you're like, holy shit, you're not that shy. You actually have a character. So in the third movie, he literally brings a character out. Like, he comes to life, and there's a lot of, I appreciate the fact that there is a lot of gruesome killings mixed with hysterical comedy, like extremely funny comedy. That brings me back to maybe Freddy Krueger. Remember, like, he was very funny. He was killing kids, and yet he was very funny. Like, the humor was incredible. So this is pretty much like about the same, just the fact that the guy doesn't speak. So when I looked it up and I realized that I can get him to wish Maria a happy birthday, I was like, that's actually pretty cool. So we started kind of digging a little bit deeper how to do it. And I thought, you know what? Typically for birthdays, you give like little gifts and whatnot. But I thought like this would be, especially since it's so current, and right now it's such a popular character and such a popular movie. And I was like, if I can pull this off, that's the ultimate gift for somebody who really likes the character and enjoys it. So I thought it was I was very proud of myself.
Yeah, and keeping the secret.
Yeah,
So many
it was killing me because I knew in advance. It was killing me, like, to keep the secret. Like, it was like, okay, I have to post it on her birthday. That was pretty cool.
So
Yeah,
Robbie, how does that work? Does he send you the actual video, or does he just send it
Yeah,
straight to?
yeah. So there is basically like a lot of actors and singers and whatnot. You can get them to wish somebody, a loved one, a family, a friend. You can get them to wish a happy birthday, obviously for a fee. And and then they do it. It's actually fairly simple. So it's not like something outrageously complicated to do. And you obviously have to tell them a little bit about the person, obviously to give the name, age, and whatnot, and what do they like to do. And that's pretty much it. And you get the video. I mean, it takes usually about 7 days. It can be expedited if you need it, like in a crunch of time. And they send you the video through email, and that's pretty much it.
So what were your thoughts, Maria? Go ahead.
wrote the script for him.
Yeah, I actually had to write the script for him, what to say. That was the coolest part, because I mean, he doesn't know her.
So wait, did you send it to her, or did you show her on your phone, or like how did that interaction when you finally gave it to Masha?
I just posted it on Instagram and tagged her.
Oh, so everybody saw it. You saw it, and everybody else at the same time.
Yeah, everybody saw it at the same time.
Yeah, he was torturing for a few days.
Yeah, I was like, I couldn't help it. I was like, wait till you see what I got you. I was so proud of that. Like, okay, I got something good here. So it was pretty cool. But yeah, no, I posted on Instagram, just tagged her, and that's it.
So now wait, is Marina and go ahead, Shane.
What's that?
Like a special, like a collab flavor, like an Apollon. I don't know. His face looks exactly like something that could go on an Apollon product. I mean, are we talking about the same clown, right? The Art the Clown?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you should hit him up. What are you doing? This should be in the works. I would have thought this was genius.
Who said it's not?
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. He's
You do like
red
a blood
and
orange.
white.
Blood orange.
You do something crazy. Just call it like serial killer and just like fill it with cereal pieces or something. Put a free knife in there. Genius. There you go.
Free knife.
You see, you're supposed to actually announce it sometimes in 2025, and you just fucking ruined it.
Yeah.
I didn't ruin anything, man. I just said it was a good idea. You should look. You didn't want to tell me. I'm like, that's a genius idea.
Something. Let's put it this way: something is in the works in that direction. Yes.
Especially if he emailed you, you should have replied right back. Hey, while you're at it, chip in a bit more if you can stick your face on here.
Maria, I have a couple of people asking, because I know you've always been very kind of quiet behind the scenes. And then over the last, I don't know, 6 or 8 months, you've put some very interesting photos. Like you feel like you're I want to be respectful, like a butterfly. You're coming out of your cocoon and you're like a whole different person. Kind of what brought this on? People are asking, like, what made the change?
I don't know if it was a change. I think it's more giving yourself a freedom in
Okay.
some way. I went through divorce, and it was difficult and painful at the same time, as people who been going through divorce would understand it. And when you have some challenges in your life, you kind of when you going through them, and at the same time processing different things, and doing other things to kind of survive, I would say. um, when you
He's
and
trying to ask you, are you comfortable taking naked pictures?
yes, I'm comfortable in naked pictures, and I'm comfortable posting them too,
There
especially
you go.
because you didn't see enough yet.
Oh,
Why is there more coming? Are you saying is there a
Of
calendar
course.
or something? The Apollon calendar?
I don't know if it's gonna be a calendar though. It's not enough for the calendar, but yeah.
Okay. So I want to know personally, some of the pictures you have like they're black and white, but you have gray and white. Is it paint? Is it whipped cream? Like what is it that's
Yes,
on you?
it's paint. Two paints, white and black
Okay.
mixed.
Did it take a while to get very photo? I mean, you're very photogenic. The camera seems to love you. Is that normally you, or did it take a lot of shots to get the best out of you?
No, she took a lot of pictures, the photographer that I was working with,
Okay.
but we decided to have the certain things covered, I would say,
Okay.
the other not.
Okay.
So yeah, she had to take different shots. Um,
Okay. Have you gotten any weird DMs?
no,
Really?
yeah,
yeah, I did.
You?
I did. She's hot. You know what? I hope my wife doesn't catch me staring at those pictures. What is she doing posting those pictures? Man, I can't look her in the eyes. Although I got from gym members, I got from friends, I got quite a few. I was like, "Listen, I'm not her pimp. Like, why you fucking sending me those DMs?" But I think that people probably I know admire them. I'm pretty sure some people judge too, and maybe don't approve of them. I mean, we had this conversation also about the fact that she clearly enjoys modeling. She clearly enjoys modeling in a certain way, and whether it's going to impact the brand or what people think or whatnot. And I'm a firm believer, like, some of the things that I do, I got comments as well, like you too old to fight, you too old to train, you too old this, or, or something is inappropriate, or even the product is inappropriate, too high caffeine. So the criticism will always come from people. But I'm a firm believer that if she wants to take those pictures, if she's comfortable, then go ahead and do them. I've been maybe not for not for a long time. Like, I mean, she's been married for 20 years. My first marriage lasted a lot shorter period of time, but I know what it's like to be after a failed marriage, and coming out of your shell. And everybody expresses themselves in a different way. If Maria wants to express herself, or it's not even about expression. If she wants to take naked pictures and she wants to post them and she's comfortable about them, then, good for her. I mean, I admire the fact that she's, it's like Ray actually just posted, strong woman. I admire that, certain
Yep.
things that, somebody asked me recently, were you joking about releasing a pre-workout with 1,000 milligram of caffeine? because I joked about it recently. I was like, I'll do it. I mean, I'd do it in a heartbeat. I won't even blink. Will I do it? Maybe. And at the end of the day, I know that there's going to be people who will buy it, and I know there will be people who will be crucifying me on social media. And I think we get to a certain point in our lives where we just don't give a shit what people think, and that's it. You live your life, you enjoy your life, and that's it. And you challenge yourself. I think, I would not be able. I'm not even comfortable taking a photo in a tank top. Just I was never comfortable, and people even asked me when I used to, kind of lift for more like a bodybuilding style. A few times people asked me, "Would you compete?" I was like, "No, never." I don't see myself going on stage in fucking Speedos and hitting poses covered in oil. It's just not me. I wouldn't be doing it. That's just no. But at the same time, I'm okay going into a ring and fucking punching somebody in the face and getting punched too. To each his own. If she wants to do it, she has my fullest support.
I love it. I love it. Shane, so I do read Stacked every once in a while, even though I missed these two announcements. Do you want to talk? You want to talk just a little bit here about the coins that you'll be giving out? Because I noticed you have some new coins coming out for the exhibition, right?
Right here, actually. Cameras over here.
Okay.
These are just for the pavilion exhibitor. So Robert got one. He got this one last year. It's pretty much just like I guess you call them like a challenge coin, like commemorative coin type thing.
Okay.
It's for people who do it for the first year, and then the white and silver is for second year people. So like, not everyone will get the same one and whatnot, but yeah. So the year changes as well. So last year's one said 24, this year's one said 25, and stuff like that. Whatever I can add to the whole Arnold thing to make it a little bit cooler, a little bit different.
Yep.
Pretty much. So we're doing like we have a special edition tee. I think I finished it. But we're giving it out as we gave it out free last year. If you spend a certain amount in that stacked area, you can redeem the shirt for free basically. Like you doesn't have to be all at the same booth. It can be 20 here, vice versa. So anything we can kind of do for everyone in the area is pretty much anything we come up with, really, we just do.
How's the attendance this year for you? Still same as last, or are you seeing more people want to come into the pavilion?
I think a lot of it had to do with the whole economic shit last year. Like a lot of people wanted to wait until the new year, so we had like this rush of people, and we just don't have like. The Arnold had the same problem. Like if someone wanted to do something big, come in and do let's say a 30 by 30,
yep,
and spend would be, you couldn't do it. They can't shift anyone around, so they'll turn you down. And they regularly turn people down. Like, look, we can't add this without taking away from this experience. So I think we might be about the same. There's a potential that we're 20%, 25% more because we couldn't grow. Also, we had to grow west, to the side. And so we can't add half an aisle, we have to add a whole aisle. So that's one of our downsides. And so it might change, but currently it's full. A lot of cool brands in there. A lot of long time brands as well. My Protein's in there. There's another one. No, I won't say that. I'll wait until there's a couple of just longer term brands that like add to the mix, I think, because it's not just newcomers. You got Fresh, Vandal, Tombstone is in there.
Yep.
Like young, like a nice like contrast of more established, longer running guys as well. So it's pretty cool to have just all these guys under the one roof in the one area.
Okay, nice. So somebody asked a kind of morbid question for Robic and Shane. When all is said and done, what is your tombstone going to say? And I'll defer to Robic first.
Clearly.
What the hell? What man?
I got your weird listeners.
Well,
yeah.
You know what? I thought of answering one way. Now I'm going to answer it in a different way. It depends who buries me. Yeah, that's very important.
Wait,
It, it,
what are the options though?
I mean, you never know. I might outlive everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like a vampire. I live off people's blood. I mean, clearly.
So are you saying
Give us an A.
either your wife or the Russian mafia come over, or what do you mean?
I don't know. Like, I think that there are a lot of volunteers. There's definitely a lot of people that would love that. But honestly, I never thought about it. I mean, if somebody's going to ask me what to say, I don't even know. I mean, he just didn't give a fuck.
No fucks given.
Yeah, but no, I think it depends. It depends. It depends on many factors. It depends if somebody's going to ask me what I wanted to say, but I plan to live for a very, very long time, so we're not there yet, But yeah, no, not sure.
The man that revolutionized protein transparency.
Yeah, that would go to somebody else.
Do you think, like, by the time we get there, well, maybe not Sean, but by the time we get there, that, like, it won't be like words on a tombstone. It might be like your last post to your Facebook type thing. Like,
It's possible.
like it sounds dumb, but don't you think that's going to be like, if you're on your deathbed, like, you would actually have the chance to speak to everyone, whereas previous generations wouldn't have that. Like, you could have the chance to post, because no one dying now has grown up with Facebook, right? So, like, for us, that might be it. Like, you'd be lying there, be like, oh yeah, gonna put you to sleep, like battling cancer, whatever. So that might be your way out. I don't know what it would say. Peace out.
Okay. So here's a good one from Ray, and we'll defer to whoever wants to grab it. And Ray, thank you. I don't know if I've ever seen you before. Besides Apollon Nutrition being the #1 supplement, I guess it means brand in the industry, or some other companies that we can trust.
I mean, to me, it's always going to be NutriBar. I mean, that's a company that I really trust. There are a lot of companies that are good, but then I see like loopholes. You see, because the thing is like, in terms of trust, there are a lot of attributes that go to different companies. Like, for example, I really like Ghost. I always said that I like Ghost. I think I like the whole idea behind Ghost. I think that's an interesting company. But do I like all their products? Probably not. And but I think for what they represent, it's definitely one of the better brands. And I actually like the fact that they compared to many other companies, like, I find very little flaws when it comes to their formulations. Maybe they're not the best, maybe they're not the greatest, maybe they're not the most unique, but at the same time, I see that the different versions of, except the pre-workout, I'm not sure if they're evolving. But yeah, because there's some weird shit going on, like it's like ups and downs, like a stock market. You never know what to expect with them. But in terms of the proteins are pretty decent. I mean, the marketing is phenomenal. It's a great company. Can you trust them? I'm pretty sure you can trust them. What's on the label is on the label. I like the transparency. I mean, that's one of the very, very few companies that actually are very, very fully transparent when it comes to even protein labels. So that's pretty cool too. I like Jim. I always like Jim Stopani. I like his products. Again, I like the transparency. I'm not a big fan of him as a person. I think he's just a little bit too much for my taste. And he goes over the top with certain claims, but overall his products are decent. I don't know. I mean, there are two that I used to say that I like. I'm not going to name them right now, but I've been kind of disappointed in the last 2 or 3 years. So it's just, I like companies that always evolve. Like, to me, a company is a good company that's evolving. If the company is taking a step back, or I see that they try to save money, or they try to be a little bit more mainstream or something like that, or they watering their products, kind of like making them a little bit cheaper or sneakier, then I don't appreciate that. And we've seen that time and again. There's When it comes to trust, like I said, I mean, NutriBio would be a company that I would 100% trust, and I would definitely recommend anyone to buy their products because I haven't seen anything that I don't like about them, except maybe at one point I think they improved their flavoring. But then again, who am I to speak? Our flavors in terms of pre-workouts were absolutely terrible. I think, but I mean, in all honesty, and everybody who tried Apollon, they know we evolved a lot. So we got better in terms of that. A protein was always phenomenal tasting. Maybe we were not known for that, but I don't know. I stick to Apollon. If I need something else, it's probably going to be maybe NutriBio. And considering that they offering pretty much everything that you could use, I think that's enough. So yeah, not a big. The industry is huge, but in terms of like selection and what I want to put in my body and who I trust, it would be Apollon because I know what's in our product. And if I need something that I don't have, I'll probably turn to NutriBio.
You know what I'd love to see over here personally, and I've actually tried some of the products, is Alpha Neon.
Alpha Neon, great friend, good product, good guy behind the product. And I'll tell you what, some of the best flavored protein. I really like his flavors. And his character, we very much alike in many ways, both a little cuckoo, but he's a great guy. He's absolutely great guy, and he has a great brand.
Shane, anything you'd want to suggest for people besides Apollon?
Like I trust everything unless it looks weird. It sounds like strange, but like I believe, like if you showed me something and like just the average, I would assume what's in it's in the label. Like if I look up online and they got one follow on Instagram, or like it's a 5-pound protein for $30, or I don't know, there's 25 grams of protein and 10 grams of carbs, like obscure things like that, I would be like, okay, this brand sucks shit, or they're cutting corners, or that like they sell ingredients that can't be produced really. Like those sorts of things would put me off the entire line. But if you don't have anything that like stands out and like the price is good, like I would probably assume that everything that's in there is in there. Like, I mean, I usually, like if I go to a random European place, it's hard to find the brands that you know and love. So like you might end up trusting like Biotech or Cytec or Olymp or things you may never have heard of. And so it's like you just need to. I mean, it's just worth knowing what might look weird.
Yeah.
When you see label and it's like, just like weird things are written, no percentages, no like sensitization, odd things that would put me off and be like, okay, these guys are fucking around. Like they might be right, but I don't want to trust it.
Maria, what do you use regularly from Apollon?
Alpha, Mega, Radiant. I change sometime from resistant to multi. Also, I started taking magnesium.
Okay.
Collagen, of course. Collagen is my everyday life, I would say. And I started using colostrum. And of course, protein. I change taking different kinds of shakes. Right now, one of my favorite is combination of collagen, chocolate hazelnut, and passion fruit.
Wow, and I look at Shane's face there. He's all turned on. Shane, I lost you. You lost your audio.
Yeah.
Is it all good now?
Yeah, it's a daily routine. She'll mix some shit together. Yeah. Try. Fuck, I don't want to try. Try. And then she will follow you around the gym. Try. You have to try. And she'll force you. Okay, try. But yeah, I mean, she likes to mix like different things.
Yeah, Chris usually the one, the guinea pig for trying different things. He will love everything that I give him.
I'll tell you what I made for the creamy the other day. It was 2 scoops of the salted peanut butter. I'm sorry that you know what I mean, the brand new protein, and an actual scoop of real peanut butter with almond milk. Froze it, and when I blended it, threw in some chocolate chips. It was actually very good.
Oh, that sounds good.
Of course, it's good.
So let's see. So a couple of people actually asked me questions. Surprisingly, it says, "Well, we be doing podcasts more on a regular basis?" So I would like to say yes. I mean, my goal here for us, and hopefully Maria will join more, is to possibly do 2 to 3 a month. If we could do at least, 2 a month in tandem with the other podcasts that I do on more the bodybuilding side. But, if people want to see more often, please let us know. And then somebody had asked, would I ever be up for doing a brand owner roundtable? And I know, Robert, you would probably love to do that.
Fuck, I'll destroy them.
But again, for you, the listeners, give us ideas. Give Robert ideas. Give me ideas. And, maybe Shane can play referee, or maybe Maria can play referee.
I don't want a piece of that act. Get that one.
Well, why? We get Robert and Jim to finally hash it out. Jim Stepani.
Yeah, dude. No, like the only reason, it's not like you're not going to get 2 friends on here. You're going to get 2 guys, like, and look, hey, I'm friends with everybody. I don't want to stop being friends with anyone. So I don't want to be in the middle of those things. But some of these discussions, because the only fun you would have is if everyone let loose, right? And I mean, shit. Some people could let loose. There's a lot of secrets, a lot of things that people know about industry people out there that they just don't say. That's it's a dangerous place to be between.
I'll do it.
We'll get Robert and Adrian on one side. We'll get Robert and Adrian on one side, and we'll get Lobliner and Stepani on the other side.
You just pick like 2 of the most controversial, and then 2 of the most like offensive guys that would just take a little flick. You started off. Oh, I heard Jim's protein was the best in the world. Done. Everyone's gonna just be going at it.
So High Stim Ace here, and Robert, I don't know if we can answer this or not, but High Stim Ace is asking, what does the panel think of DHEA derived prohormones such as 104 andro? I've been doing some research on these compounds, and I'd love to hear some of the expert opinions. These have been around forever. Ace, these have been around for I was using them back in the 90s. And I think people are just, if you want to make the gains, turn to the real stuff. We'll leave it at that.
You see that's pretty much you answered that. So the only thing I can say is that I have never used them. That's I was not that I was against them. It's just I'm actually lying. I'm using it right now, DHEA, but I'll explain why. The thing is that I never used Prohormones because I believe that, I wanted to stay natural. And so to speak, I mean, they were basically drugs because I know that, Prohormones are it's one step away. And like you said, it's might as well use the real thing because a lot of those things can actually mess up your natural testosterone production as well. So I don't see I don't see a reason to do them. You're not going to get the same results, yet you can get the same side effects. So I didn't see the point in them. So when I researched them back in the day, I was not impressed with, to me, that was like using steroids. And I was, not that I was against steroids, I just didn't want to use them. When I made a decision that I want to use steroids, or I want to start using steroids, I just went straight and use steroids. That's what I did. So there was no need for me to use them. So I don't have any experience using them. Now that I'm on TRT, my doctor, when we did some blood work, this is going back maybe 2 or 3 years ago, he suggested that as a support to use 25 milligram of DHEA. So I've been using that pretty much religiously. It's part of my stack on a daily regimen. Does it help me? Honestly, I don't know, because again, I use 200 milligram of testosterone weekly as part of my TRT. So I can't tell you what it would do on its own. So I'm not going to go there. It's just, in my personal opinion, is that you either, how should I say it? You don't go to McDonald's and just have nuggets. You go to McDonald's and you enjoy the whole meal. So either you do it or you don't. Because if you go to McDonald's and you're going to say, well, I'm actually on a diet and I'm just going to use nuggets because it's chicken. Well, who the fuck are we kidding? I mean, you're still using junk food. I mean, that's the bottom line. So might as well get the Big Mac, the quarter pounder with cheese, get a few, fries, and enjoy life. So either you do it or you don't do it. Don't do a half-ass job. So if you're thinking about Prohormones, do a little bit of research. If steroids are needed, or or you're an athlete and you can get away with your progress, you need to use them or want to use them, just do research, do it responsibly, or get somebody to help you who knows this stuff, or even better, under doctor's supervision. I know I sound like very, very politically correct right now, but I actually mean it. Don't just do stupid shit by listening to somebody at the gym or to these gurus online. But in terms of Prohormones, that's, to me, it's like, going to McDonald's and eating nuggets. It just doesn't work for me.
Yeah, get your labs done. Get your lab work done, whether through the doctor or spend $115, $125 at LabQuest.
Correct.
And do that. Robert, piggybacking off that, Ray's asking, will there be more hormonal or natural muscle building supplements such as Hard Target coming in the future?
Well, yeah, I mean, we have the Last Emperor as part of Apollon Nutrition. So I just redone the formula of that. So that's going to be upgraded, and that's going to be released in a couple of months, I believe. And considering that I'm a firm believer, and many might disagree with me, I know Robert Chinetsky disagrees with me on this one, because when I said that I want a TAS booster for Apollon Nutrition, he said to me, why do you need TAS booster for Apollon Nutrition when you have Hard Target with Anarchy Labs? And what I'm trying to say is that they're two different companies under the same ownership. Mm-hmm. And again, I could be wrong. I'm not saying that I'm right, and you be the judges. I mean, Shane, I always pick his brain, and I trust his opinion. But just in my opinion, and again, I could be wrong. I mean, if Assassin exists, why can't Hooligan exist? I mean, they coexist just perfectly well together. Yeah. So I think, if the TAS booster from Apollon Nutrition is going to be Apollon Nutrition TAS booster, what people come to expect from Apollon Nutrition, and it's not going to be identical to Hard Target, which is a little bit edgier and a little bit more anarchy type, then I don't see any problem. So yeah, working right now. Actually, we finished with Maria. We just finished the formula for TAS booster, actually just submitted and got the quote and the whole thing. So TAS booster for Apollon Nutrition is going to come out later in the year, and the Last Emperor too. So yes, definitely.
Awesome. Maria, here's a question for you. How can I pay to become Masha's guinea pig?
Chris, you're already a fucking guinea pig because you're getting everything that she makes.
Oh my gosh.
He's probably talking about Suganyon that I made.
Oh, okay. Well, I invited him to Apollon, and I know that Chris said that he's going to be coming to Apollon this year. So, Masha, prepare to cook for him.
You mean Sufganyot?
I think he wants probably to try a couple of your dishes.
Oh, everyone's want to try my dishes.
True.
So wait, what is Sukanyat? What is that?
That's the raspberry donuts.
Oh, okay.
The one she baked recently. When was it? Like about 2 weeks ago?
On Hanukkah, yeah.
Yeah, on Hanukkah that she did. That was my grandmother's recipe that Masha replicated, and we did a video with that. So yeah.
Okay. So Robert, as we wind down, I know we're promoting our 10-year anniversary on the 18th. It was 18th, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I know you're keeping it a secret, but aside from the Masha Special Protein, you have one more product coming out. I don't know if you want to divulge, but there is one more product dropping that day as well for people coming in.
Yes, there is one more product, one collaboration. Yes.
Okay, so obviously,
don't stop and Shane. You know about the product.
So that one you'll have to show up live and in living color, or wait for the day on the website to see what that is. I know what it is, and it's going to be it's in my wheelhouse. Let's put it that way.
No, Shane, see it on Stack.
Yeah. Read Stack for more information.
Tag me on that one, will you please?
Yeah.
Robert, will your barbecue sauce be making a return?
I want to, yeah, because it's funny thing about those two products that we had, Sharp Coffee and barbecue sauce. It was sitting in a fucking warehouse and nobody was buying it. Like literally nobody. It was just sitting there and we were using it, and that's it. All of a sudden, towards the end, they started buying it like fucking crazy. It was just like flying all of a sudden, and we sold out of both. And now we kind of have no choice to bring them back. So yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think you should just redo it as like Apollon's hot sauce. What you do too, you Robert's hot sauce and a very sexual, like leaning up against the bottle picture, and then we do March's hot sauce and same picture, but equally like leading into the hotness of it, and then we'll see who sells the most.
Oh, she'll sell more. She'll fucking destroy me.
It depends what picture will be on.
Yeah, I can't compete with those pictures.
Shane, what do you want to contour so that when you push the bottles together, it's like a heart? Or what do you want to do?
I hope it's the heart, because I hope it's not what I think it is.
Yeah, no, not that one. Come on. I think it'd be good because hot sauce is a little more applicable than like a barbecue sauce, and it's like it's a little smaller. I reckon it'll be a good competition.
Yeah, competition. I have no chance winning.
Put some Robert sauce on your chicken.
I don't know if I should just end the podcast on that note, or that sounded a little Robert special sauce. Yep.
No, I said Robert sauce. I say special sauce. You added that. I just said Robert sauce. Okay.
Hey, my sauce is special.
Yeah, we know
For
that. I just don't
Maria,
it need to be worded.
So wait, in all fairness though, Robert, you never explained what was the genesis of barbecue sauce, because that was like a detour. I know it's years, but what's that about?
No, you know what? It's actually, how it was. The idea came actually not from me. It was, well, kind of from me. So we were talking to Branch Warren, and Branch Warren has all those spices that he sells. Yep. So we were talking about it. I was like, yeah, I said, that's pretty cool. That's nice. And he told me, you got to try this spice and that spice. I was like, okay. And I was like, is it hard to make it? He goes to me, no, I have this guy who's making my spices and stuff. And he goes to me, you should do it. I was like, why would I do it? I said, you have it. I'm not interested at all. And he goes to me, no, just talk to him. So he made an introduction, and I talked to the guy, and the guy goes like, well, we specialize. I don't even know how we got to a conversation like barbecue sauces. And I was like, I love barbecue sauce as long as there's no sugar. I mean, it's pretty cool. He goes to me, and you can sell it to, to Apollon Nutrition. I was like, I don't know. We can try, I guess. So he goes to me, let me send you some. And he sent us, and I was like, okay, it's pretty good. I said, there is no sugar. So he had sucralose in it, I believe. And I remember like when I talked to him, I said, can we change it to something else? And then he said monk fruit. I was like, let's try monk fruit. He sent us monk fruit, and it tasted really, really good. I was like, okay. I said, no, I'll order it. That's pretty cool. And that's it. So it kind of happened because of Branch Warren. The idea was not even mine. He kind of made the introduction.
Interesting. And I wonder with the Sharp Coffee, I wonder if made it take off was at one point you were giving it away as a freebie.
We were giving it away as part. I mean, I'm not going to say that it wasn't moving. It just wasn't moving like typically how Apollon products move. There wasn't much of a demand, and it's not exactly our product. But people tried it, and they those that like coffee, like for example, Sammy absolutely loved it. And, those people that love instant coffee, like I love instant coffee. So I thought the idea with nootropics would be very, very cool. Because I tried another brand's coffee with mushrooms, and that tasted absolutely awful. That was disgusting. And I didn't see the point of it as well. So I thought with nootropics, because people get, in the morning, they wake up, they have a cup of coffee, they go to work. So you get the energy, but why not get some focus, some concentration? Nootropics, I thought would make sense. And when we tried it, I liked it. We all liked it. And that's how it started. But it wasn't a very, very popular wasn't a popular item. And then we decided, you know what? I mean, let's do like a promotion when people spend a certain amount of money, we'll just send it to them. And I guess people tried and told others. I don't know how it happened, but all of a sudden it became like a major hit, and it just fucking disappeared like in a heartbeat. And we're completely out. So right now we are talking to the manufacturer. Actually, I talked to him this morning about making some tweaks and making V2 version 2, because I always like to make it better and I like to raise the bar a little bit. So we finished the new formula. I think they're going to be sending us samples in the next few days. And if that's approved, we're probably going to release it in the next 2-3 months.
Ray's asking, you thinking about flavors like caramel mocha, or just leave it just straight black coffee kind of?
For now, we'll just leave it black coffee and see how it goes, you know. But yeah, the idea definitely crossed our mind to make it into a few flavors. But right now, let's see how it's going to go, because it's also a different manufacturer. We're trying somebody else, and I just want to see how it's going to turn out.
Love it, guys. It's been a great conversation after all the errors and stuff and snafus that we had. Is there anything else? Any questions that anybody wants to ask Maria or anything else, or as we wind down?
Can you make honey cake? The Russian honey cake?
Yes.
My friend told me about it, and he said it was all eaten at New Year's, and I was like, how often do they make this thing? And he said, like, the whole story about the layers and shit, and I was like, God damn.
You never.
Somebody just asked, I see the Christmas tree up on January 9th, and, you know, we just covered it, that Russian Orthodox Christmas is actually January 7th.
Yeah.
Mine
will be staying till I will be able to throw it away. I don't have time to do that.
Have your son do it.
Last time, I don't remember. Last year, I went till what? I think it was March, right? March.
What?
It stayed till March.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
That must be a new record.
Yeah. No, it's not the record. The other one was till May, because we were moving from one house to another. It stayed till May.
Which is just a brown tree with ornaments on it? I mean, did all the things fall on the floor?
No.
Real tree or is it
No, it's
What's
fresh.
that?
Fresh.
It looks
like
thick.
I mean, it's not fresh anymore. Sure.
Maria, as you wind down, someone else asks, how does Maria balance her work life with her personal life? So Ray, you probably didn't see at the beginning. Maria doesn't have a personal life because Robert doesn't allow her to come out of Apollon Gym.
My personal life is Apollon Nutrition.
Okay. So I just realized the other day I was going through an empty box of some of the Apollon stuff that I had, and there was a nice little card in there that you had signed. And I'm going to say that was specifically for me and not just every customer you sign a thank you card, Maria.
No, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Let him think that.
Yes, make me feel good here. I'm old, okay? Remember what we're talking about?
We know.
We can see.
Robert, I texted you. I'll say this on the air. You've got 1 month and you're in my fucking club, okay? So enjoy it.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Maria doesn't know what I mean, do you?
No.
Next month, Robert will be leaving the 40s. He'll be in the 50s.
Wait, how deep into the 50s are you?
Don't worry about it.
What are you, Charlie? You 53? 52, 53?
2. So just like Maria's leaving her tree up, I'll leave my Santa beard on, okay?
You see, I just realized something. If this is what 52 looks like, I only have 2 years to go. My tombstone might be coming very soon, because I'll kill myself if I have to look like that.
Wow. With friends like this, who needs enemies? Holy crap. And on that,
it's a joke.
Wait, have we seen his driver's license? Have we seen his passport? Do we know that he's actually 52?
They didn't give out driver's licenses when I got mine.
The paper one. I know they had the paper in the stand back then. Where's that one?
Handwritten, right?
Well, actually, I gotta go because I gotta go feed the horses. I don't even have a car. It's just horse carriages. Oh my God. But anyway, I love you all. As always, thank you so much for joining us. Maria, if people want to follow you, what's your Instagram handle? What's your Instagram name?
I don't remember.
And they say I'm old.
That's what happens when you work with me for such a long time.
Yeah.
2 years and you lose your memory, you lose your looks.
Hold on, I have to check. For confirmation purposes.
So Shane is boss bitch and you're Russian bitch. Is that what it is?
If I get the boss bitch handle, I would drop my current one in a heartbeat.
Oh God, that's so funny. No, this has really been a ride.
It's Maria, MARIA MVA 83.
Okay. Perfect. And if anybody's interested in trying anything from Apollon Nutrition, Anarchy Labs, Body by K, I'll drop some codes below. But as always, folks, as I mentioned, if you want to see Maria back again, and I'm sure people want to, if you want to see other brand owners go toe-to-toe with Robic, if you just want to see Shane for whatever freaking reason, I don't know. But as always, thank you so much for following and joining the podcast. Have a great night.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Happy
Bye.
New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody.